Hello, welcome back. Last time I worked some more on this puzzle. It's been a long process, but I'm getting fairly close to solving it, I think. I've worked out ways to get this alien out, and everything on the right side clear. Not worrying about the starfish yet. My main problem right at the moment is this radioactive guy. So I was just looking back at some of the stuff that I'd done to refresh my memory in some of the moves I needed to make, and I spotted something that I feel like should have been reasonably obvious to try, but I just never actually did it. So let me see what happens. I'm hoping to get this done today, but there's no way I can guarantee that, of course. Just gonna try what I can. Okay, so this is all fine for this setup. So I think I need to use this tool better. He just kind of sits there and doesn't do much of anything. If I get this in place, I have the opportunity to go up here and move this over so that the radioactive guy
that was a solid thumping
lands on his head. So I had never done exactly that before. So let's see, things that lets me do. Oh, lots. Lots and lots. Because I can push all those over, lift this using it. Okay, this is going places. King Crab at this point can push that over. I've done this before, but I don't think I had this exact configuration. Oh, hey. So then... okay, so a few problems with that. The seaweed... Well, I can get the seaweed out of there. Okay, so freeing the seaweed alien from the... from the radioactive... No. That might still be a problem. Okay, so maybe I can't do that quite exactly that way. If I move you someplace, you can go all the way over there, and that's fine. Sure, there we go. Sort of. Alright, well this isn't doing exactly what I want it to, but I think I can still improvise something. So I want to get that roped up one up to the radioactive one.
Now you see why I don't like to fight. It makes taking suspects into custody so much more work.
Right, so I can get everybody, well, I can kind of get everybody back like that. Okay, so what does this geometry look like? It looks like I can do that. That's nice. Okay. 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 Hey. Cool. So that's almost there, but there are some problems. I think maybe I can begin to solve those problems with the seaweed guy, because he can help me lift this a little more. But now things are stuck. What if you were 2 to the right? Then you wouldn't lift that at all and you're not helpful. Okay. King Crab might end up being involved here. See, I can't push this back to this way to get it up. Well, even if I... Yeah, no. If I can move this to the right 1 and up 2, then I could totally use it to get that out of there. So, was there an opportunity to do... doesn't seem like it. I can't use the seaweed one.
Take all these?
Unfortunately, yes. I can't use the seaweed guy to push this over because it wouldn't lift from here. His feet would catch on this ledge. So I do have to make this move if I want to do that. I have not figured out what role this plays in any way yet. Here's an idea. So remember when I was talking about wanting to do something with the ice? What if the ice was my pushing tool for this? That seems a little hard to set up, but might be possible somehow. So instead of using... Right, I just use you to get that far. All of this... Actually, that's not retrievable right now. Would it be possible after having done this to get this out there. It's tall enough. It's a lot easier to get you out here, though. Doing this has made it impossible to use... Uh-oh, that's given you a problem. I think you can slip through here and then exit out this way, I guess. Okay. So yeah, you shouldn't be too much of a problem. In fact, let's just evaluate the possibility of that now before I go too much further. I don't see why that would be a problem yet. Yeah, no, that can totally go through there. Oh. Well, hey, if I can use this anywhere in here to make any of this easier, then that's an available tool. And in fact, maybe I can... no, not quite. Well, okay, so there's a laser barrier. Hey, this is, like, super different. Look at all this stuff I can do. Okay. Now, can I somehow make my job easier with the rest of this by doing that? I think I can. Of course, I'm not completely certain I can get this back after this, but maybe. Okay. This looks, like, surprisingly different from the other stuff I was doing earlier. I don't think there's really a place to stick the... well, I mean, maybe if I would... Okay, I'm gonna try some stuff. So if I just, like, prop that here... It is possible to do all this, but really I've accomplished nothing other than putting that back in its initial position. Why would I do that? Okay, so anyway, I can get this through there. That was what I wanted to know, and I can get it out this exit, basically. So that answers the question I was trying to answer.
Get out of here.
But also does give me some more potential things to think about here. Okay, so I should have been saving checkpoints for stuff. I have a lot, and I haven't really looked back at them, so maybe I don't care. I don't know. Okay, so... yeah, that was stuff I was doing. Alright, so this lets me lift you and put you there. Put you there. Is there anything else worth thinking about here? Like, can I do something with the seaweed? Wait, how did I make this work? I didn't. I never made that work. I made it work by getting this guy stuck up here. Right. Okay. So I had some idea to transfer... okay, so instead of using this, like, I could just get rid of this guy at this point. He can still go out here. Well, not like that, he can't. Oh. Yeah, okay, that gets my seaweed dude stuck. Can I not do that somehow? Yeah, certainly. That didn't need to be in that position. Just stick you here. Wait. Why is that all the way down? Well, no, that's fine. That's not a problem. I can move it now. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna do another of these for some reason, because it makes me feel good about myself, I guess. You get out of the way. Okay, so I could put this down. If I had that ice, well, how would I move that ice over there? I can do that, I think, right? So ice would make this float. It would stay up, and then I could push it over. I will need the ice to move King Crab over here, probably. But what if I just ignore that part of the puzzle for now, and try and understand this one? So that gets the ice there, where I can push it all the way over here, make you float, and accomplish nothing really. However, if this were lifted up, that's the point at which Guppy could go in here and make that happen. So in order to lift this up, King Crab would need to do some fancy stuff. Maybe he can do some fancy stuff. Like, maybe I could get this seaweed guy wedged into such a place...
How'd you get that guy stuck in that pipe, Flounder?
Well, he was running right at it. All I had to do was move out of the way.
I think I could wedge that into a place where King Crab can do something cool with it. This guy could still be involved. I still have him as a tool. This looks like so much space, but it feels actually kind of tight, just because of the constraints I'm working under. Okay, so what I would want is King Crab on the other side of that. How would I achieve such a thing? Probably just by having him walk right over it. That doesn't work. Could it, though? Like, if I put you all the way over here... that doesn't... no. Yeah, getting him here while this is on the other side of him seems pretty... well, I mean, what about this? Maybe... yeah, there we go.
Are you sure we gotta take all these guys fishing?
She had no response this time. This doesn't do anything useful. Okay. So I guess I didn't think that one through. And even if I could lift the... okay, well, no. If I could lift this up 3 and have it held there, probably involving this guy somehow, King Crab could hold it up and Guppy would have room to swim under. Okay. Sure. This is only 3 tall at this point, so there's no way I can get that in there. Okay, so what kind of geometry would allow that? You're the only heavy lifter over here, and your only way to get up is via this stairway. I think I do need the geometry of this here, a 3 wide space open all the way up there so Guppy can swim up and to the left. So that means your position needs to be a seemingly impossible one? Okay, so hang on, how would that look?
Now you see why I don't like to fight.
So that would look like, okay, so 1, 2, 3, so this would be 4 wide along there. Then this one would be supporting it. There's his head, there's his feet. Okay, so if his head is there, then King Crab could be here, supporting this guy's head up there, but how would he get into that position? I'm not really sure yet. Okay, so before I put the seaweed guy, or like with the seaweed guy right there, what can I do with this one? That might not be something I can really get up. Okay, I probably need your help to get this up there, if that's even possible in the first place. Because I don't really see this happening any other way, at least with this configuration, with the ice here and pushing through this tunnel. I mean, this seems like it's here for a reason, so like this follows the apparent hints that the construction of the puzzle is giving me. I just don't know if it's necessarily the only or the best way to do it. Maybe...
Now you see why I don't like to fight.
So, what if we have these two collaborate somehow? Like, I can put that down there, and it becomes a lever for that, but that doesn't really help anything, does it? King Crab can't really push anything to the right from where he is. He does need to be up here. No, I can't get him back up there once he drops down. So all this has to happen before he drops down on the ice to go through here, and I need the ice, so the ice is over here, so this is no good. That's a problem. Is it, though? Do I need the ice? What if I did this instead?
Not again.
Ouch! Okay, fine. If I didn't do exactly that. Well, that removes the need for the ice to do this. Okay. Cool. So, don't worry about having the ice in there. That's fine. So that's assuming I could get this back. Well, of course I have to get this back. It has to leave the puzzle for this to be solved. So I'd have to be able to get it back after having held up that pipe, which is fine. I can do all that. So how do I place you up here? I don't have good ways to push you to the right. Well, what about... well, okay, so not that. What about seaweed on the other side of you? You go on top of its head. How will you do that? I don't know yet. So I'm trying to, do something that's probably impossible. I'm gonna get this guy's feet up here. Well, how would that help me? That's still not useful. Because I still don't have any rightward pushing with that. Maybe I need the ice. The ice could possibly help. It doesn't need to be there yet. That doesn't need to go there, in fact, until I am ready to actually make this leftward push. Okay. So ice under this, yeah, that would give me good mobility, because then that would make it float,
Now
and
you
I could
see
just
why I
leave
don't
it
like-
in place and push to the right. Okay, I like that idea. Wow. There's so much more to this puzzle that I thought I was like 1 or 2 steps away from being done, but just getting this guy out is like half the puzzle right here. Okay, so if I don't touch the ice yet, I'm going to want to somehow put it underneath this dude, and it probably involves the seaweed in tandem with that. Yeah, I don't see any other way this is quite going to happen, unless maybe... Oops, I went too far. You're an annoying shape to make this happen. Like, I wanted to put this up here somewhere to be an ice platform. And there's fine, yeah, what's wrong with that? But why do I want that? I had a reason. Somehow that was going to help me get the ice under your chin. Like, I want to get the ice under this guy's chin. That's my current goal. I just don't quite see a way to do that yet. Yeah, that's right.
Are you sure we gotta take
Well,
all these guys fishing?
That's not right now. Okay, so not whatever I'm doing there is not helpful. But why am I doing any of this? Like, this is having this here is not a good idea. Why would I do that? That's pointless. I'm close. I am close. I think I'm going to get this done today, unless I get, like, totally stuck on some aspect of the specific things I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I wanted that exactly there. So that's stable. I don't have to babysit it now. So in some way, I need to move this downward. I can have King Crab stand on it if this weren't in the way. I can get that out of the way. Just you park there. So if you put your heavy feet on this, Guppy can do what? She can configure the seaweed and this guy in... Ah, okay. So if I were to put this down here, I can create a flat surface on the bottom of this group of objects. So what? None of this helps. Ice just moves seaweed upward. Okay, so here's my problem. This is why none of this is working. I need to either move this object to the right while it's being lifted above the ice, or move the ice to the left while it's being held down below that object. Neither of these has a convenient handle that lets me move it. This can't move left easily, this can't move right easily. So I need to create some situation where those things can happen somehow. Why am I doing all this nonsense, though? Just so that I can get this up here to hold up the pipe? Yeah, I guess so. And I need to do all that in such a way that nothing is left irretrievable. Oh boy. Could I... Oh, yeah, right. The goal was to get this guy's feet up on top of here, kind of. One of the goals was. And just putting the ice under his chin seemed to be the easiest way to get that done. So if you were up here, and this ice was down one, King Crab could go down a level, Guppy could push this ice one to the right, and then he could get back up there. The ice would be parked down there. But I already know how to get the ice down here. Well, kinda. Alright, I'm thinking about this wrong. I'm going down some terrible dead-end path. Let's back up a little bit. So I want to get you out. That's my big goal here. My current estimation of the best way to do that is to stick the ice in here, which is very easy to do, push the ice up to, lift this pipe, which is very hard to do, get Guppy in here, and then push you all the way out. That makes the ice irretrievable, which is okay because I can still use the seaweed alien to do what I was doing with the ice over here, and I didn't need it for anything else as far as I knew. Other than maybe getting this thing out, but that's a starfish object. So, in order to lift up the pipe, I had created a structure that involved this under there, and then this holding it up from the right. Why is that necessary? Could I... Oh, because I won't have the ice as a tool. I was thinking I could use the ice in place of this. But no, I need this guy because I need the ice over here. Okay, so getting this up there was my current problem because he can't be pushed up and to the right at the same time unless he's floaty and icy. So, still, get the ice under his chin. That's what I want to do. So, I'm having trouble thinking about it in this position. Having King Crab hold this down isn't the most helpful. If I put the seaweed... Okay, so this is a bad idea for various reasons, but I'm going to do it just for exploratory purposes. Well, and I can't get it...
Are you sure we gotta take all these guys fishing?
Can't make that happen. I wanted to get the seaweed up on top of the ice. Because then I could push the ice down a little more easily and maybe... Well, no. I mean, none of that works. It still just fundamentally comes down to the problem of not having any handles on this thing. I can push it down, but I can't move it to the side. So I'd have to push it down, put it under something, like King Crab's feet maybe, in order to be able to move it to the side at all. this space right here is too small. Well, then I can't get the seaweed up here anyway. So, if I could just move you to the right from there, or you to the left, somehow, then I'd be in good shape. Okay, well, I mean, I can do this.
Not
Oops,
again.
not that.
Please.
Okay, so let's just pretend that King Crab is not down here. You're gonna get stuck there. Let me play with this, up to the point where I would have needed him. So that creates a floating thingy. Yeah, so this will be useful. I'll know whether I can even create such a construction. See, I already have a problem. This would need to go up and over there. Do I need to get the ice all the way under it? I mean, again, I'd have to make the same sort of move here. Yeah, so this is just incredibly cumbersome to work with. This is a terrible construction. And that doesn't fit through with the ice on that. Yeah, okay, so this does not work. Putting it up through here wouldn't help because there's no way to push it left. You cannot fit through there. There's no way to get you into this hole. Okay, yeah, so you'd have to have the ice all the way under you, or be ice-free somehow to get through here. It's possible to get you through there. It's a tight fit. Wow. So what can the seaweed do to help? So if ice touches seaweed, it just does that. Like, I need two pushing characters, so King Crab is involved at some point here. Having him push the ice to the left, can't really happen, especially, can it? Doesn't seem like there's any practical way to do that. Like, I guess that was the reason that I was trying to get the ice underneath the seaweed. Oh dear. Alright, I'm going down a dead-end path here. I need to take a step back and just think about what I'm doing for a minute. So I just spent a whole lot of time trying to get this ice somewhere useful, and really not getting anywhere. Getting this underneath, all the way underneath this, seems fairly impossible with the tools that I have now. So what if I get myself some more tools? So what if I were to bring Flounder over here at this point? That's a little hard to do. I do drop King Crab down there, but that's okay. Flounder's kind of a better King Crab for some of these things. Okay, so let's just pretend I have not made a mess there, and everything's fine. Problems. There are some problems with that. Are there? I mean, Flounder can just sort of push him right back out of there and get himself into this part of the puzzle. I mean, that's obviously not... That's probably not good. And having Flounder over here is, of course, a problem for all this. So this is almost certainly not what I want. I'm just curious if it would even let me solve this problem. Because actually, yeah, he could much more easily hold something up here without me having to involve King Crab. Alright, King Dude, you just get out of the way for now. This is probably all wrong, because I really do need Flounder over here for all sorts of stuff, and he can't fit through this space in any way. And once that's down, like, he's stuck on this side. So this is probably not at all what I want to do. Actually, hang on, I can't move that. I can't get this up here. Since when? When this is down there, it's a problem, apparently, because...
Not again.
Because this doesn't fit. The only way to move it to the right is to have Guppy in that kind of play. Okay, so I would specifically need... maybe I do need to trap you up here with that. I kind of was trying not to do that. But I think it's necessary for this to... This is not going anywhere, though. Like, realistically, I can't have Flounder over here. Because there's no way I can take care of all this business without blocking his passage, is there? Well, okay, so... That's probably true. And it doesn't seem like he's as helpful as I thought he would be. But just for the sake of argument... If I would trap you up there, this gives her enough room to push this stuff over. Oops. Does it, though? It doesn't. That still doesn't. How did I ever get this into that area? Did I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm imagining that that happened. Well, if this weren't in the way, and this weren't in the way, like if this were up here without blocking off this space, then yeah, I would have enough room to move that. So that would have to happen before I had boosted this up. Wait, what? How did I do all that? Suddenly I feel like I don't understand anything anymore. Okay, so those were all together for some reason. And I can't... My way of splitting them apart involved putting you up there. And yeah, no, there's no way to get this around while that's... Oh! So that was how I got it all started. After doing this... That mess happens. Wait, how did I ever solve this problem? Oh, by King Crab. Using the seaweed to push that over. I see. Man.
Little rubber green.
I thought I was close. I don't think that anymore. And that makes me sad. Also, yeah, this situation's really hard to get out of. I did it once, somehow. It involved pushing this way over here, putting this over here, and then I could get around it to do stuff. Right, okay. But now what? Like, seriously, now what? Now nothing, because I just run out of options. Like, it's just, there's an extra impossible constraint that I hadn't realized with getting this up here to lift this pipe. Like, this whole idea of stacking this and this underneath this pipe to lift it up just seems impossible. Because, well, for various reasons. Because how am I going to get 3 whole steps of elevation out of King Crab without already having this pipe up somehow? Because having him go up there, and up there, and up there... Like, that's not even where he's gonna sit, is it? No, that doesn't work. So my whole plan here is flawed, is what I'm learning. This is not at all what I want to do. Oh boy. I thought I had this figured out, but I was wrong. That's not what I want to do. This kind of is. Whoop. Ah. You, out of the way. So I guess what I don't understand is which object I use to push this farther than that point. It's pretty clear that this is what I do, like all of these actions up to this point are correct. But the next one, it could be this, or it could be the ice. If it's the ice, well, regardless of what it is, so this is impossible because I have no pushing tools left for getting that out of there. So this is clearly wrong, and I can't get this out. Okay, so I think I can say conclusively that I do not do this. That is an incorrect move. So it has to be the ice here. If it's the ice there, this has to go up 2, and it has to be pushed through that passage, so I have to lift this pipe up by 2. So maybe that first idea I had for how to lift that up was not the correct one. That can't involve the ice because, no, it can't involve the ice, because the ice has to be there. I know how to move the ice from here to here, that's easy. I can move that up, but I can't move it farther left until this is lifted. For that to be lifted... Maybe lifting that does involve flounder on this side of the puzzle? Like, maybe that's what I should be focusing on, the idea of getting all this done, then getting flounder over here, which might not be impossible. I needed both king crab and flounder to move stuff down here, it seemed like, but I'm not totally sure that was the only way to do that. If I could leave king crab in this passage holding up these pipes, then flounder, after he does all his business down here, can come through here. And what that would allow me to do is I would have 2 fish able to put stuff like this. Flounder could lift that up, and that still doesn't help because that doesn't get guppy in there. No, it would need to specifically be this one, and this one can't get through here while that's already there. But if I move the ice first, then it can. Okay, so hang on. Got another couple of things to try. This still doesn't lead me to a solution, but it might get me closer. Closer enough so that I can understand something, so that I will be led to a solution. That's the hope. So if the ice is already there, and you're lifted, that opens up enough space that the seaweed dude can get through there. Okay, right? So then with 2 fish in the left side, alright, so I figured out how to clear the right side. I think at least I can figure out how to clear the left side. So if I can do the 2 individually, then it's just going to be a matter of putting those 2 solutions together somehow. Flounder needed to do this for some reason last time I did this. Okay, so let's just pretend that we're doing this for real. King crab can go...
Again.
Ouch! Can go this far. Can I just set these objects down in some place where I can get them back? Probably not really. This has to eventually go down that hole somehow. This has to... Doesn't that have to be a lever to push this over? So wouldn't I want you not to go that far? If I'm doing this, King Crab can't get into this space, but he could push the seaweed alien and move those around. Well, no, not quite. Not like that. So if Flounder does this business now... But that's the wrong way to do that business, isn't it? Because that just gets this stuck, doesn't it? No. No, it doesn't. Wait, what was wrong with this?
Get out of here.
Well, what's wrong with this is that... no, what's wrong with this? Okay, so from here... I can still do this. I could retrieve that and do some things with it, which might actually be possibly useful. How would that be useful? Hold on. So I think there's a simpler way to deal with this solution than what I used before, because I can just do... well, okay, that gets rid of the pipe, but why would I want to do that? I don't know. That pipe's out of there now. I feel like I wanted it out of there for some reason. You can get rid of this. You can lift that. So this all looks fine. I can get rid of the icy one just fine. Oh, this involves Guppy leaving the puzzle. Well, that can be the last thing that I do. Or the seaweed guy can help me with that, because he's taking this exit too.
That was a solid thumping you was dealing, fishing.
I've had training.
Wait a second. I can get
Guppy
this starfish.
has a black belt in tofu.
Hey look,
That's
I got a
too
starfish.
easy. I have a feeling I'm going to regret taking that starfish.
Why would you regret that? Because this goes down too far? Okay, well I can do that later. Alright, so as long as I have both Flounder and Guppy still in the puzzle at that point, I can take that starfish. Alright, thanks for the hint. Okay, so at this point, all heavy pushing business... that heavy lifting. Okay, I see how it is. Right, I would regret taking that starfish because of... Well, I wonder if I could just, like, shove this guy down in there somehow to make this all easier. He's too tall. He's for tall. He doesn't fit in this space, really. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so, I've probably done a bunch of things that have made this non-viable already. But what if I hadn't? What if this was all still totally possible? This is using, like, all of the observations that I've made. It's pretty complicated. Okay, so that's how I get this up here. Everything is way easier with fish rather than crabs. Crabs are hard to move around. So that thing goes here-ish. It can't quite go there yet because this needs to move into place somehow. Wait, why do I need this up here? Oh, because... No, wait, that's all I need up there. I don't need anything else. So at this point, I can finally try. I'll just leave that ice where it is. I know exactly how to get it out. It's trivial. Nothing to it. But I can finally, actually, do this. There we go. Okay, so...
Get out of here.
That's way easier and more practical than building some kind of crazy stack using this and King Crab to elevate that. Okay. Hey, and I just have 3 aliens to get rid of now. And what's stopping me from doing all those things? The fact that I put Flounder in here without getting rid of... Okay, so let's get rid of that now. I don't think I'm going to need that ice. Do I need you to lift this? If this is exiting there, no. No, I don't think I do. So I might just have a solution. Right, and the reason grabbing that starfish is bad because it moves this down 1 more, and then the seaweed guy can't fit through here because this is narrower. So that's why that starfish is a challenge.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. King Crab, I think, just, like, isn't even needed anymore, which is great because he's hard to work with. Okay, fish partner, come help me.
Get out of here.
Good stuff. Fish partner, get out of my way. Or, like, help me out some more or something. Yeah, let's just get out of my way. It's easier to do it myself. Okay, so... you can't quite fit out that hole. You can't get out here anymore because that's stuck. I can get rid of rope guy. So roped up alien exits. And then it's just a matter of the laser one and seaweed one going out through the same place. Guppy leaves too. And I'm done, right? King Crab's in a slightly awkward spot. Is that a problem? Okay, so I haven't really looked at getting this guy through here. He has to go a different way. So yes, King Crab has to move, but that's doable. Just go over here. And Guppy does the rest, right? Pretty much. Awkward as this is, he does fit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think that's a solution. Yay!
Get out of here.
I'm in!
That's all of them.
Okay. So I didn't get any starfish, but I did finally find a solution to that. Yay! Okay. I have some ideas about the starfish. There was one time when I actually got this object out of the... Well, actually, I didn't even touch that object the entire time I was doing any of that. Yeah, there's lots of potential for getting these, but I'm definitely not going to mess with that today. Okay, cool. I solved the puzzle. Yay. 2 big things. Using the rope alien for some of the things I did with it, and getting Flounder to the other side were the main reasons that I wasn't able to do that before. Just needed to make those observations and it became possible. Nice. Okay, that was a lot of work. Next time, probably some other final puzzle, or maybe I'll take a break for starfish hunting. I don't know. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I'll see you then.